Hey guys, it's me Sandy. Hey Dandelions, it's me Sandy, aka Sandy Dandy. Excuse the pajamas, it is night time, and I'm going to be doing a what I'm reading video. And I'm going to show you guys the books that I have finished and what I am going to start reading. So, I finished this book before the scary stories to tell in the dark. If you guys have never read this book, it is awesome. I got this before the movie came out, and the movie came out in 2018. You guys can let me know in the comments down below when you knew when this movie came out. But I didn't get to read this as a child because I'm pretty sure that they had banned it in my school library, so I never got to read this. But if you guys like urban legend stories, that is pretty much what is in this book. And let me flip. Oh yeah, and the artwork is awesome if you like scary artwork. Yeah. So it is a really awesome book if you've never read it. I also own the 3 books on CD, the audio version of the 3 books. So yeah, but I got this first and read this. So yeah, guys, if you've never read Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, yeah, pick it up. And if you also I highly recommend the audio, the 3 set of the first of Scary Stories 1, 2, and 3 on audio on the CD. If you guys have never if you haven't got that, that is awesome too. I love the narration of the stories. So I give this book a 5 on a rating of 1 to 5. I give this a 5 because, yeah, it is an awesome book. And like I said, if you love urban legend stories as much as I do, yeah, you will love this book. I didn't care for the movie that much. It was okay, but I think the book is a lot scarier, and I really like the book a lot better. So, yeah. Okay. Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. I finished that. Okay. And the next book I finished, I made this bookmark a long time ago. If you guys don't know, I am a huge fan of Dark Shadows, and I made this bookmark of Barnabas Collins. And yeah, I had to put some clear tape on it because I didn't want it to get destroyed. So on the back, yeah, there's a cover from one of the Dark Shadows books that came out a long time ago, and this says do not open Dead Inside. That came on a horror themed box that I got. So yeah, so I don't remember if I ever showed you guys this on this channel, but yeah. So yeah, and I just dropped it. So speaking of Dark Shadows, Liz Harfin, hey Liz, she sent me this book quite a while ago, and I finally got around to reading the book, and got back into reading because I've went a long time without like really picking up a lot of books. And yeah, like I said, I'm a huge fan of Dark Shadows. If you guys have never seen the series, it is a gothic soap opera that started out in the 1960s and went through the 70s. It has witches, it has ghosts, it has vampires, it has werewolves. It has a little bit of all the different, like gothic supernatural stuff, and it is like really good. Barnabas, he didn't show up till I think season 3, 4. But yeah, Barnabas Collins is a vampire, and over here is Angelique. Angelique is a witch, and she's not a very nice person. If you've seen the show, yeah, but she was always like in love with Barnabas, and she cursed him into being a vampire, if you've never seen the original show. And the woman who plays Angelique, she's the one that wrote this book series. There are 2 more books, and I have read the other 2 books in this series, and they are, let's see if I can find okay. The other 2 books in the series are Angelique's Descent and the Wolfman Rising. If you guys, this is a terrific book series. She is a really good writer. But this book is called Dark Shadows, the Salem Branch, and a lot of the book has to do with a witch girl. Her name was Miranda Duval, and she was hung in the Salem witch trials. Yeah, and a little side note, I had a relative. She was my 9 times great grandmother, who her name was Martha Ingalls Carrier, and she was actually hung for being a witch. But like later on they found out that, you know, it wasn't true. But yeah, so I have a little closeness to this whole Salem witch trial thing, and in here they tell how they how they treated the people that were convicted of witchcraft. They made them live in like very poor conditions in the jail, and the ones that what is really this in part in this book, it was a really gruesome kind of thing, but it really happened in actual life. This man in the book, I can't remember what his name was in the book. I read it the other night, but he was convicted of being a witch, and he would not confess. He wouldn't say that he was a witch, so they tortured him, and they laid him down, and they put rocks on top of him until, you know, they were trying to get him to say, yeah, I'm a witch, but he would not confess. And yeah, it is really, yeah, that is like really hard thinking that, you know, the Salem witch trial was like a real thing. So yeah, but Barnabas, yeah, he is he's a big part of this book. He falls in love with a woman that looks like Angelique, and her name is Antoinette, and she looks just like Angelique, and he's like, she moves into the old house that used to be his house and redoes the house because the house had burned up in a fire, so she's redoing the house, and he's like so conflicted because, you know, that woman just looks so much like Angelique, and it totally freaks him out, and he falls in love with her, and it doesn't turn out that great. But yeah, I love Barnabas Collins. Anything to do with vampires, but Barnabas is a tortured vampire. If you guys ever watch the show, he loves being a vampire, and then the other side of him's like, yeah, I just hurt this person. And he's like, you know, he wants to be human, but he also wants to be vampire. He's like, yeah, double-edged sword. But yeah, I love this book, and like I said, it's a lot of it's to do with they go back in the past and tell the story about Miranda Duval. And Barnabas and Antoinette actually, towards the end of the book, they go back in time because Antoinette's daughter is like the reincarnation of Miranda Duval. So they try to help her, but it doesn't end that great. But yeah, I love this book. I couldn't put it down after I started reading it. I just couldn't put it down. The other 2, when I started reading them, I just I had to devour the book. But yeah, I give this a 5. I highly recommend it, especially if you are interested in the Salem witch trial. It tells a lot of details about the Salem witch trial. And if you're a Dark Shadows fan like me, you got to read it. So, yeah, I give this a 5. And what I'm reading now, what I'm going to start to read, I'm going to start reading this R.L. Stine book, The Boyfriend. And I have read quite a few of these Fear Street books, but I don't remember if I've ever read this book, but I love the cover. Yeah, the flower, and it says, "I will love you forever." And yeah, I just thought it was interesting. You guys can pause and read if you want to read the synopsis on the back of what the book's about. But I just love the Fear Street series. I have read, like I said, I've read quite a few of them. This series came out when I was a teenager. The Goosebumps books come out when I was a teenager too, but you know, I always thought they were more like kiddie-like. But I love the Fear Street books, and every time I could pick one up, I always picked it up. And it's got a bookmark that a friend sent me. It says "Shine On." But yeah, I can't wait to read this. Let's see how many pages are in this book. There are 165 pages in this book, so it's not a real big book, so I should be finishing this soon. And I'm also, I don't know if did I show you guys my CD player? This is my portable CD player. And why I have that out is because I'm also listening to an audiobook. And yeah, it is Stephen King, The Dark Tower, The Gunslinger. And yeah, if you've never read any of the Gunslinger Dark Tower books, it's like a whole series of books that are called the Dark Tower series, and they follow Roland Deschain, the main character, and he's like a gritty cowboy that's like from the past, and it's so cool that a lot of the Stephen King stories from his other books mingle into the world of the Dark Tower, so they like intertwine. If you've read any of the other books, they kind of they talk about them in this series. I love the main character Roland Deschain in this book. I didn't care for the movie. Yeah, this is what the cover is from the movie, but I didn't really care for the movie. I love the books a lot more. But yeah, I just thought I would show you guys. I've listened to a couple of the CDs in here. I'll show you what it looks like. Excuse the cough, it's an allergy cough. But this is what it looks like, the CDs. And as you can see, a couple of the CDs are missing. One is in my player, and one I have already completely listened to. But yeah, I just got into listening to audiobooks recently again, and I also love them. I also have the physical copy of this book, so I will be reading that too. I've read like 3 or 4 of the other books in this series, and it's like really good. If you guys have not read it, I highly recommend that you read the Dark Tower series. Yeah, I'm a huge Stephen King fan, so yeah, I have not found very many of his books that I have not liked, so yeah. So I'm hoping to do this a little frequently on my channel, showing you guys what I'm reading. It's just something that I love to do. I love reading, so yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Yeah. And here is Spencer. I put a costume on him for Halloween. He's got a little mohawk, and it says "Mommy's Little Monster." So, yeah. And Gizzy's over here, too. I have to show Gizmo. Gizmo is wearing this little robe that I found at Walmart. And I tried it on all of my other dolls in my collection, and he's the only one that it fit, so I thought he was cute. He's wearing a unicorn robe. And I'm going to let you guys go. I'm just watching some Prime streaming service and some YouTube. So I'm going to let you guys go, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.